Hi guys, welcome to the promised Het Huis Anubis, or no, the promised Studio 100 sing-along review. It's the same day as the previous video, like I said, literally a few minutes after that, and I'm still not over it. For those who didn't watch the previous video, so what happened on the 1st, the 7th and the 8th of December, Het Huis Anubis returned, or at least Luke, who plays Nienke, Iris, who plays Amber, Vreneli, who plays Patricia, Marike, who plays Joyce, Vincent, who plays Mick, Lucian, who plays Fabian, and Sven, who plays Jeroen, returned once more to perform a few of the songs of Het Huis Anubis and a few other songs of the company that created the show on a stage in front of 17,000 people, and they did that 3 times. I still can't believe it, but what is Studio 100 for those who don't know? It's a entertainment company that was founded in the 90s by Gert Verhulst and Hans Bourlon. Gert Verhulst is the one who pretty much is still in the public eye, and he's like the front and center of the whole company, and he's been one of the actors in one of the shows as well, called Samson and Gert, which was about a dog who spoke and they went on adventures. But like they created so many shows, they created Het Huis Anubis, they created Amica, Galaxy Park, Ghost Rockers, Spring, Kabouter Plop, Piep Piraat, Mega Mindy, Campus 12, and so much more. And all those shows, some more than others, are really, really iconic. And last year he did a rewind party to go back to the early 2000s, and he invited some of those characters and the band Spring, which was from, I believe, 2003 up until 2006. A huge program that I also watch. Don't have many memories of it, but I do know all the songs, and all those songs were actual hits. And I'll show one of those songs later in this video from a recording I made on the second show, which I went to on the 7th of December. And he did that last year, and after that it was like, wait a second, people really enjoy this, people really know these songs. And he himself sang songs of people that weren't there last year, like Het Huis Anubis and Amika, and he was like, wait a second. And he really got this light bulb moment, and he was like, let's do a sing-along with 4 big guests and other guests this year. And I already got tickets the moment the sing-along was announced, because I am a Studio 100 fan. And then a few weeks after, I was on the way to work, and suddenly a friend texted me, like, look at the news, and I saw that Het Huis Anubis was reuniting for said show. I had tickets already, I was really happy. Really quickly followed 2 extra shows on the 1st of December and 8th of December, because it was so big, you know. And the show, the concert hall where the show was, is the biggest one of Belgium. It's actually huge, and it contains 17,000 people, and there were 3 sold-out nights. Can you imagine this as an actor who hasn't acted in a while, who did one really big thing, which is pretty much the case for all those people, to be standing in front of 17,000 teenagers, people in their 20s, people in their 30s, and even people in their 40s who enjoyed this so much while growing up or watching it with their children, are all screaming for you. Like, that must be absolutely wild. And you could notice it with all the actors, that they were still like shocked, especially the ones of Het Huis Anubis, because I feel like they're the ones who are least in the public eye at the moment. And they were like shocked. Like Vreneli, who plays Patricia, really had tears in her eyes, and it was, she couldn't speak at a moment, and it was absolutely amazing to see. I'm going to show bits and pieces of all the performances that I filmed at the end of this video. I will caption which people it are. And of course I'll start with Het Huis Anubis, which was actually the ending of the show. I'll do it a little bit in reverse. But like, my boyfriend and I went, like we always do with Studio 100 stuff, and we were late, but not too late, but like the doors opened at 6 p.m. and we arrived at 7 p.m. 30, because we went last year and we had midplane, as we call it, so we were in the standing area in front of the stage, And I know a lot of people waited hours in front of the gates for barricade, but I was like, I know this area and I know that we can still get easily to the front without having to wait 2 hours in a very hot room. So we went 30 minutes before it started in, and we were like 7th row, and in the middle there was a break of 30 minutes and a lot of people left to get drinks, and we all shuffled forward. So in the end we were 5th row or 6th row, and I really enjoyed it because it wasn't too close, so you could still see everything, and it was close enough to see those people's faces. And it started off with shows we all know, and like Gert, who created everything, he and together with his friend who's also in the business, James, they sang songs from those who weren't there, and they performed and talked and made it funny and everything. And then the first guest who came on was Piet Piraat, who still does his shows. Then I believe it was Mega Mindy, the new actress and the old actress, which was for my boyfriend really emotional because he really watched that while growing up. Then we had Kabouter Plop, which also still performs but is still a vibe because as you'll see, those songs are wild and so much fun. Then we had K3 or K3, which is a girls band who has changed already 4 times, but the original ones aren't returning anytime soon. But these are 2 of the 2nd generation and 1 that started really recently, and they did amazing, but they sang all the old songs, so everyone was on it, and it was so much fun. And I saw that they said later in an interview that it really meant a lot to them because from the moment they went on stage, everyone sang everything without fault, and to feel that it's really powerful, they said. And I can generally believe that because being with 70,000 people you don't know and just feeling the vibe and feeling like everybody loves this as much as you do, is it just means the world to a fan. Like you have that when you go to a concert, like I'm going to Taylor Swift next year in Amsterdam, and I'll have that too. But while I adore Taylor, she won't be nostalgic for me because she's still here, you know? Like Het Huis Anubis, Amika, and everything else is so nostalgic to us, to everyone there. And in a way, I think everyone who was there now realizes how much they have meant to us and how much they still mean to me and to everyone there. And how we still watch these things, how we still listen to these songs. And I think that's an amazing feeling for them as well. Then we had a break, and when they returned from break, we first had James and Gert who sang several things, and then we had Amika, which I really enjoyed because my fave 2 characters were the only ones who showed up. So I really enjoyed that. And they even kissed on stage because they were a couple in the show, and they acted like they were still a couple, like they were their characters performing, which I really enjoyed. And they were like, yeah, but the horse, because the show is about a horse, is in the parking lot, but it's cold. And then she went there, and then he could sing some songs, and it was really, really fun. And the guy even changed the lyrics to be like, we're here tonight, we're all enjoying it, I'm so happy to be here, and I'm glad you still love this. And he changed it so smoothly because he still performs, he's still one of the more famous people in Belgium. So it was so much fun to see and to be there. Then we got the whole Gert, who used to be like a performer as well. He still is, but he used to do this show with a talking dog, a puppet dog, and it was really big, and he did it for 30 years, and then he was like, it's been enough, I want to give the dog to my daughter. And I feel like he's like, I'm not stealing the spotlight of my daughter, even though she's not nostalgic to these people here, I still want her to sing all the songs. And she did, and she made such a beautiful show, and she sang all the old songs and her new song, and I really, really liked it. I love her too, because they have a reality show as well, and it's such a fun family. And then Gert came back on stage to sing one song that is from Het Huis Anubis, the she version of he, because he always sings it to honor his wife, which I love. So I was like, go for it, Gert. We all sing with you. And we all sung the she version too. And then he announced Nienke or Luke. And the moment he started singing She, I knew it was happening and I was shaking. And I'm so glad that these phones have Steadicam at the moment because I was like going like this and my phone tried to stabilize it still. But like, oh my god. I already had tears in my eyes because She in general makes me emotional. And then Luke came from the lift onto the stage from the elevator and crying, crying, crying. Not sobbing, you know? Because you're not sad, you're just really, really emotional. So I was like tears, my voice, I was choking up. I couldn't sing through the first song she sang, which was True Love. I like was, oh, I really couldn't handle it at all. I was a big ball of emotion. And then she sang The Secret, and midway the show, Iris, Lucien, Vrineli, Marieke, and Sven came up on the elevator as well. And the screams, like my ears, I screamed too, but like I was already hoarse, so it was more like a weird yelling. But like everybody was screaming, and you could see they were so emotional. And they finished The Secret, and then James interviewed them on stage what it was like to be back. Sven even said stelletje prutsers, you know, bunch of losers. We were all. Ah. It was absolutely amazing. I didn't film anything of that because I really wanted to enjoy the moment. I never film full songs as well. I always film the first bit and then the, the section that keeps returning, the refrain. Um, but I didn't film that. I just wanted to enjoy it. And then with Vincent, Mick being the only Belgian who is from Antwerp, where the concert was, he got a big cheer as well. And just then they asked Flynn and Lee what it's like for 17,000 people to cheer for you like that. And she couldn't speak. She was one big ball of emotion. And I really love that cast so much. And they've all become all so beautiful. And then they went to Lucien and they were like, you were always a quiet one and now you're like a full-on sex bomb. Because as you guys know, Lucien came out of the closet. He really grew into his own and he completely changed styles. And James, who hosted, was also is also gay, so they had this connection already. And it was great to see that Lucian really enjoyed it because it was like I didn't know what would happen, but you go all of you embrace me and to be like myself is great. And then I started crying some more. And then eventually Marieke or Joyce sang Sunday, which is still such a bop, and we all screamed as well. Then Luke came back on to sing Pater Zeven Zon, or Path of Seven Sins. I saw that on the show on the 8th, so the day before yesterday right now. Lucien joined in as well, and I'm glad that somebody filmed it and put it online because it was such a beautiful version. And then they all came on stage to sing The Treasure of Anubis and the season 1 intro song, Het Huis Anubis. It still feels surreal and I still tear up when I see those videos because it was such a beautiful moment. Then they went off stage and then they announced that it was the end of the show and everybody came back on, everyone who performed, and they all sang some songs together from Spring, who weren't there this year because they did it last year and they didn't want to return, which I get, but it was so beautiful. Oh, I'm still a big ball of emotion. And then afterwards there was an after party, but we had to go home because we had to catch the tram to go to the parking lot and then drive home. And in the end, I was home at 2 a.m. and I had to work the next day, so help. But like, I still have so many emotions. And then a few people texted to meet up, but eventually I couldn't find them and the Wi-Fi was bad. But I did meet up with a group of Swedish fans who especially came down. And they were so kind and they were so loving and they were so grateful that I subbed this. But like, I didn't want to take much credit because it is Studio 100 who did this, and we did the Sibuna sign. It was so much fun, and if they return next year or another time, I can't wait to meet them again. But I'm so grateful for everything. Genuinely, I'm so grateful. Oh, and to be meeting people, I'm grateful. And then we rushed home. But I noticed afterwards that not even 10 minutes after we last left, that Vrienden Lee, Marieke, Lucien and Iris came out to take pictures. So it hurts that I wasn't there, but you never know. They already announced that the Singalong is returning next year, so perhaps that some of them do it again, but I'll go anyway. I love this company so much, even though they do some shitty things, but I love them so much. I love everything they create. They're they're my whole childhood in a way. But even now that I'm older, I enjoy it even more because everything is so simplistic, and sometimes you just want that in TV programs or in series or in shows or in concerts, and just sing-alongs like that really do make you feel old, because I'm 24 now, and that House Anubis, well, House of Anubis, that House Anubis came out when I was 7. And like another show, I think I made videos of here, like Zoop had its reunion this year as well. That came out when I was 4. Like, it's absolutely crazy to think that we're all growing older, but that we still find comfort in the same things, you know. So yeah, I'm incredibly grateful for that night. Now I'm going to put in some videos I recorded that night, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you haven't checked out my unboxing video of a lot of Het Huis Anubis, Amica and Galaxy Park stuff, go check that. And if not, have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon with hopefully a lot more videos, because at work it's kind of busy right now. It always is during the holiday period, but once come January, I'll have time again, and I know that I'll be nostalgic during the winter like I always am, and I'll probably watch something Anubis related. And I'm in a House of Anubis mode, so I might rewatch season 3 for the first time. So yeah, see you guys soon, and I hope you had a great day. And if you were at the sing-along, shout out to all of you. You were all amazing, and I just hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. See you guys soon. Bye.
Betekenis voor mij, zij is zij.
Het is het mooiste wat